Number 7. The brown recluse spider. Brown recluse spiders are sometimes called fiddleback or violin spiders because of a violin shade marking on the top of their cephalothorax, which is a fused head and thorax. They have 6 eyes instead of 8 like most spiders. However, for being a small spider, they can pack a powerful bite. Luckily, 90% of bites don't require medical attention and usually don't scar. However, studies have shown the bite can lead to necrosis. In other cases, the victim suffers organ damage and even death. You will find the brown reduce hiding in undisturbed wood piles or old buildings. But luckily, this is not an aggressive spider. Number 6. The Chilean recluse spider. The Chilean recluse spider originates from South America, but it has now spread to Europe, North America and Australia. Considered the deadliest of recluse spiders, the Chilean recluse spider prefers to remain in undisturbed areas like wood piles and sheds, just like the brown recluse spider. Normally, the bites occur as a result of accidental contact, and its bite has been described as a drawn-out cigarette burn. 1 in 10 people will die from Chilean recluse bite. Most will suffer from severe pain, and necrosis is not uncommon, and it takes months of healing. Number 5. Northern funnel-web spider. The northern funnel-web spider can be found in New South Wales and Queensland. The funnel-web spiders get their names because of the distinctive style in which they build their webs. The spider waits in the funnel until prey lands on it and then springs out, and then drags the prey down. A larger spider that exposes its fangs, dripping with venom when threatened. Most people bitten will display severe symptoms of poisoning. The lucky few will only experience nausea, muscle spasms, and vomiting as well as pain. More commonly, people will drool, they'll see double. They will have a hard time swallowing and they will have difficulty breathing. A bite from northern funnel web can even send you into coma. The faster you are treated with antivenom, the better you will be. Number 4. The black widow spider. One of the most notorious spiders is the black widow spider. They are found in United States, South America, Africa, Southern Europe, Asia and Australia. Most of the time, people who are bitten by black widow spiders don't suffer any serious symptoms. However, according to National Geographic, their venom is 15 times stronger than a rattlesnake. So if they bite and inject a lot of venom, the person could be in a lot of trouble. At first, people will feel a sharp pain at the area of the bite, like a pinprick. The bite area will redden and swell. Then, as early as 15 minutes after the bite, the pain will spread throughout the body, especially in the chest and abdomen. The muscles in those areas will start to cramp because of severe spasm. This may lead to difficulty in breathing because the diaphragm can become paralyzed. There have been cases of death with small children and the elderly, but the black widow bite rarely kills. Number 3. 6-eyed sand spider. A spider that grows around 5 centimeters. It lives in the sandy areas and deserts of Africa. Like camels, the sand spider can go a long time before it needs water or food. In fact, some researchers suggest up to a year. It is amusing to watch it bury itself in the ground, but when it bites, this hemolytic necrotoxic toxin will thin the blood and destroy tissues. Shortly after being bitten, hemorrhaging will start and the toxin spreads to kidneys and liver, leading to death. It also causes blood vessels to rupture, and the worst part is no antivenom exists to stop it. Fortunately, 6-eyed sand spiders are shy and there are no recorded fatalities because of it. Number 2. The Brazilian wandering spider. They are predominantly found in Brazil with a few species spread across Latin America. They are some of the most aggressive spiders in the world. However, they are not aggressive toward humans. Most of the time, spiders bite humans because they feel trapped or cornered. After a bite, a person may experience a burning sensation in the area of bite along with goosebumps and sweats. After 30 minutes, the person's blood pressure may increase or decrease. Nausea, abdominal cramping, blurred vision, hypothermia, and excessive sweating are symptoms of a bite from Brazilian wandering spider. The good news is that in most cases, it doesn't secrete enough venom in a bite to cause serious damage. However, it is still important to seek medical attention after a bite because 10 recorded deaths have been contributed to the spider. Number 1. The Sydney funnel-web spider. One of the most dangerous of the funnel-web spiders is the Sydney funnel-web spider, especially the males. They are generally found within a 62-mile radius of Sydney. Its venom is some of the most dangerous in the world. In fact, if it were to bite in your chest, it would kill you within 15 minutes. However, most of the time people are bitten on their limbs. What happens when you first get bit is that it will be extremely painful because it has long fangs and venom has a high pH level. After bite, the person may start drooling because they have numbness around the mouth and excess saliva. They may also have a copious amount of tears. Soon they will have problems breathing and may lose consciousness. The good news is that there is anti-venom which was developed in 1981, but it's responsible for 13 recorded deaths.